issues, if I'm honest, were down to geography. You might go, what do you mean by geography? Well, very simply, all of those companies were built up pretty much universally by someone buying a company in a different country. All dots on maps. That was the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, all dots on maps. If we remember back to those network days, that's all of our credentials were, dots on maps. And of course, if you do that, people are strongly loyal to their dot. That's what we build in this industry. We build these lovely little pools of loyalty. But for global clients, as that evolved over the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, of course, that's the exact opposite of what they wanted. They didn't need the guy in Britain not to tell the guy in France what was going on in the same business, and guiding information and actually ruining his business. So we built a business where we went, now let's do away with that. Let's create a virtual company where we have people all around the world, but they align behind the client, not behind geography. We thought we were super smart to do that. We didn't think it was actually that original, but hopefully it looked clever. And we said, off to the races. And to be fair, we won quite a lot of business. We called it the House Worldwide, and we won quite a lot of business really just by going to people who had said the previous and said, hey, we've now got this. The mistake, however, was to assume that virtual was in fact the core competence we were selling. It absolutely wasn't. We realized to our horror, and not after quite a bit of pain, won't be in the account example too much, that virtual to a client actually meant you've got virtually no people. And virtual was not what they were looking for. What they loved about it was you knew a lot of people around the world who all wanted to work together. So you actually built an agency of people who wanted to work together, not an agency of people who had to work together, which made it, frankly, pretty unique in the network game. It was nothing to do with virtual. And that horrifying thought meant I had to move house, move the family, move everyone else, and take a property in London to actually put the agency somewhere, and then kick off. And then I met Chuck Porter, and we had an even better idea, which was to put the two together. But that really was my learning, was you can create something, you can learn what the market doesn't want, do what the market wants, but please don't fall in love with what you think was what you were selling, because it wasn't.
So my name is Jason Goodman. I'm probably an entrepreneur first and then an ad guy second. Probably so much so that when I was at DDB too. It's probably not looking good for DDB in terms of people wanting to leave and start everything. But I was at DDB where I'd founded a business called Tribal DDB, which is the kind of digital marketing business. And I'd fooled myself into believing that I was a founder and an entrepreneur and I was running my own company. But actually I wasn't. I was kind of learning on their dime, and I kind of learned to build a business kind of using their capital, but in truth, fundamentally I was kind of working to their agenda. And I got frustrated and I thought, fuck it, I've got to start my own business. And I talked a fantastic planner and creative director at DDB to start Albion with me. And I had one of those horrific experiences about 3 weeks before the front page of Campaign was going to announce our arrival in the world, where, I won't name them because they're both lovely people and have subsequently gone on to great things, but the woman who was the planner phoned me up and said, Jace, I don't know, I've got this £200,000 a year salary and I want to have a baby and what sort of maternity policies are we going to have? It's like, I don't know, I don't even know what the fucking office is doing. And then as these things happen, you always get 2 bad phone calls on the same day. Later that evening, phone call from creative director, Jace, I've got something I'm going to talk to you about. I want to move to the States. Can we do this in New York? It's like, I don't know you want in New York. I'm in London. So basically, I lost my 2 partners on the same day. The following day, Claire Beale at Campaign rang me and said, I love what you're trying to do, this is great, we're going to put you on the front page. So look, the entrepreneur in me is belligerent. I bash my head against walls, I bleed. We launched the agency as me, which was reasonably disappointing for Campaign. We still got the front page. The upside of that was it gave me about a year and a half to find the great creative who came out of Wyden's, a guy called Nick Darkin, and it gave me about another 6 months to find the great strategist who came out of Interbrand, a guy called Blin Britton. So it took me a bit longer to find my partners. And it gave me a little bit of time to work out what the agency was going to do and win some business. And I suppose, if for any of you who are entrepreneurs, just get on with it, right? Because there is no formula, there is no spreadsheet that there has to be. You should and failure is going to happen. It's kind of inevitable. What's the agency that we are? Well, I was running a digital agency called Trouble DDB. I had been in advertising previously, and everyone in the organisation at DDB said, oh, you've got to keep these things separate. That's how clients like it, and that's how we make money. Lots of it. And I said, fuck that, let's push it together, because it's really stupid. Really stupid. So we did, we pushed it together, and we resolved that problem 12 years ago. These days, the world's moved on again, anyone who hasn't addressed that issue is an idiot. The really difficult thing now is to address product